This is Lesson 4, the SMART strategy. The SMART strategy consists of the money management rule, the table selection rule, the qualifying shooter rule, and the SMART betting strategy. The money management rule consists of allocating funds to as many sessions that you are going to have per day. For example, you are coming to Las Vegas for 3 days and plan to have 3 sessions per day. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and 1 in the evening. Let's say your trip bankroll is $900. That means your daily bankroll is $300 and your session bankroll is $100. Place $300 in 3 different envelopes and use 1 envelope a day for your daily bankroll. At the end of the day, store the daily total, daily bankroll, plus or minus wins or losses for that day in that day's envelope, which you will not touch until you go home. If you follow this rule, you will have money to play every day of your trip and a good chance of taking some money home. The table selection rule. This is your best appraisal of the tables, and you pick the one that you feel is the most positive. If you do not like any table and have other casinos available, go to another casino. If you do not have a feel about the people at the tables, or you have only one casino available, pick the table with the most players. The qualifying shooter rule is betting only on shooters that have made 1 win on the pass line. Example 1. A new shooter is coming out. The shooter establishes a point number on the first throw. So far, this is not a pass line win. After throwing the dice 5 times, the shooter makes the point, thus making the first pass line win. You can now bet on this shooter. Example 2. A new shooter is coming out. The first throw is a 7 or 11, the first pass line win. You can now bet on this shooter. Example 3. You come to the table and the shooter is trying to make his point. You wait for a decision. If this shooter 7's out, you wait for the next shooter to qualify. If this shooter makes the point, you can now bet this shooter. Example 4. You come to a table and the puck is off, but there is money on the box numbers. Therefore, this shooter just made the point, and you can start betting on this shooter. The smart betting strategy is a modification of the primary pass line play. We are now going to introduce the odds bet. This bet is money placed behind the pass line bet and is paid based on the point number. If the point number is 4 or 10, the odds bet is paid at a rate of 2 to 1. The $5 odds bet pays $10, and the pass line bet pays even money, $5. The odds bet for the 4 or 10 can be any multiple of the minimum bet allowed by that casino and is expressed as 1 times odds or single odds. The most common odds for the 4 and 10 is 3 times odds. 3 times odds example. Take the dollar amount of the pass line bet, in this case $5, and times it by the odds amount. 5 times 3 equals a $15 odds bet. If the point is a 5 or a 9, the odds bet is paid at a rate of 3 to 2. A $6 odds bet pays $9, and the pass line bet pays even money. The odds bet can be any amount up to the table maximum odds bet amount, normally 4 times odds. But the amount must be an even dollar amount. For example, $15 odds is not an even number, so add $1 to make it $16, which is an even number. If the point is a 6 or an 8, the odds bet is paid at a rate of 6 to 5. $5 odds bet pays $6, and the pass line bet pays even money, $5. The odds bet for the 6 or 8 can be any multiple of the minimum bet allowed by that casino. The most common odds for the 6 or 8 is 5 times odds. Some casinos have the same maximum odds amount for all the numbers. For example, 2 times odds, 10 times odds, and Main Street Station, downtown Las Vegas, has 20 times odds. We will use this odds bet only with money that we have won from the current shooter, and we will only use 1 times odds, or single odds. The smart betting strategy rules. You qualified a shooter and bet the minimum on the pass line, and the shooter throws a 7 or 11 come-out throw. You press the pass line bet. Press means to take the win and place it on top of the winning bet. For example, the winning bet was $5 on the pass line. Now you press make the bet on the pass line $10. This is done only once for every point repeat. Now, if another 7 or 11 come-out throw is made, you place that win in the rack. Repeat until a point number is established. If a crap is thrown, 2, 3, or 12, then your next pass line bet is back down to the table minimum. The smart betting strategy example. Please repeat this part of the lesson until you understand the smart betting strategy. You selected a table to play on, and now you're waiting for a qualified shooter to bet on. The current shooter throws a 7 on the come-out. This shooter qualifies. Place the table minimum on the pass line, let's say $5. The next throw establishes a point of 9. You do not place any odds behind the pass line because you have not collected a win from this shooter. After a few throws, the shooter makes the point of a 9. The dealer will pay you $5. You still have $5 on the pass line, and the shooter comes out with a point of 10. You have $5 that you won from the prior point, and now you will place the $5 odds bet behind the pass line. If the shooter 7s out before making the point, you have a net loss of $5. But if the shooter makes the point of 10, you win $10 on the odds bet of $5 and $5 for the $5 pass line bet. You will now leave the $5 pass line bet, and you have $5 for an odds bet after the point is established, giving you a net $10 win so far. Let's say the shooter throws a 7 on the come-out. You will press the pass line bet to $10 with the win from the pass line. The next come-out throw is an 11, and you will win $10. The next come-out throw is a 7, and you will win another $10 from the pass line win. The next come-out throw is a point establishment of a 6. You have $10 on the pass line, and you will make a $10 odds bet and still have a net $25 win. The total win so far on this shooter is $25 with $10 on the pass line and $10 odds, such that if the shooter 7s out now, you have a $25 win. But if the shooter continues to make points, you will have a good win from a minimal investment. the table minimum of $5 on this or any qualified shooter. The only throw that can derail the betting escalation would be a crap throw on the come out instead of a 6. You will lose the $10 pass line bet, and your next pass line bet will be the table minimum of $5, which will come from the $10 that was targeted for an odds bet. Then the shooter establishes a point of an 8 after the crap throw. You would put an odds bet of $5 and still have a $25 win so far. This is a strong play with little risk. Your money is concentrated on the pass line bet with odds. Let us use a war analogy. The casino and you are at war. The minute you start playing other bets, you have fallen into the casino's divide and conquer trap. All styles of betting win at certain times. This style will have a good average. Please understand that the game has its good times, its mediocre times, and its bad times. The window of opportunity for the good times is small in comparison to the mediocre and bad times combined. The smart strategy rules will protect you. It is important to understand that you should leave a table that is not producing results for your style of play. Be aware that luck has its part to play in this scenario. This is a game of chance. You could be doing everything correctly, using the correct strategies, but luck is not on your side, and you might not win. One parting note. You do not win more money by playing a longer time. You should play the same way in the same amount of time, but you increase your minimum bet. For example, you've been winning most of the time at the $5 minimum bet level. To make more money, play the same way in the same amount of time, but increase your starting bet level to $10. If your winning continues, go to a $15 minimum bet level, and so on. If you then encounter a few bad sessions, go back down to $5. Follow your rules and enjoy your wins. Thanks again for viewing this series.